Look at all that snow. No wonder it's so cold in here.
We must be approaching the Glacian's cadaver.
Won't be a blessing if all we got's a body.
Let us hope we pass through the gorge without incident.
It's what's after the gorge I'm worried about.
And welcome back to part 30 of Rob Doesn't Get to Say Much Fantasy 15. Because yeah, we got another cutscene-y focused part in today's part. The only real freedom is one combat scene I can think of, and exploring the train right now. As we are starting to approach the more icy side of the planet, as we journey across Eos to get to Gralia Station. But this section is definitely worth exploring the train, and you don't have as much time, so really get a move on. Because the journey from when you'll get stopped is nowhere near as far as the journey on the train when you first started and was on your way to Katonica, or Katanica, whichever it is. And there is actually some pretty decent things to pick up, like a Mega Phoenix, High Elixir, Rusted Bit. Well, Rusted Bit not so good. And the Regalia is up the back here to show that, yeah, we did pick it up on our journeys. Well, I said pick it up on our journeys, I mean we did get to take it with us and have it on the back of the train, so if we need it we can hop right in. And so now you're going to see me book it right to the other end, because I know we don't have long. To give you an idea, that's the train journey where we need to go. We will be stopped in the middle of that frozen wasteland. Just to give you an idea of how much time we actually end up having, I get to the other side, check where it is, and then by the time I get back to the middle where we started, I go to click on the seat to skip, and it just ends. Like, this seat is how you stop exploring the train. So I come back, and as I click on it, it just ends, so I don't get to actually skip it. That's how much time it gives you. So I listened to that conversation briefly, but then you have to crack on. Because if you want everything on this train, you're not really allowed to dawdle. It's not like on the first visit where it gives you, like I said, more than enough time, because it's very slow and steady. And you're covering quite a big distance on your way to Katonica. I need to stop calling it Katonica, it's Katanica. So the train's so empty now. But we did the right thing, leaving all the people back in Tenebrae, because it was going to get more dangerous on its way to Gralia. Even if it does just kind of open the door for Arden to mess with us even more, because he is tailing us, we know he's tailing us. And that's where it ends there. Alright, so let's head on back. And there is this to check on here. I think, yeah, there we go. I noticed it on the way back, thankfully. But there is a thing mentioning that after everything happened to Altisha, the Empire has gone very silent. And so the papers are concerned. Well, I say concerned, I doubt anyone's particularly concerned, but are highlighting that maybe something's happening. Maybe something's gone on down in Niflheim. This is just me showing you all the data we've actually found on the journey and how much I've got yet to go. Because we're nowhere near, because there is one trophy in this game I've yet to get, which is get like 80% of the data log filled. We're still nowhere near. I'll probably get this trophy on this save file because of how many things that can only be found on chapter 10, 11, 12 and 13. That obviously, since you can't return to any of the areas between those chapters, you miss out on unless you do chapter select, which I don't really like doing because it resets all side quests. Anyway, I come back here and then it ended. So it's like, oh, okay. Because the train's, literally the camera just zooms out and shows you the train going out. Because as we proceed through the blizzard, as you can see, it's getting very cold. It's essentially going to bring us to a standstill because it gets too strong. And as you can see, in the background, yeah, we're at Shiva's corpse now. And since Shiva is a feminine deity very known for the blizzards and icicle storms that she makes, of course it's ice cold now we're near her. And since she's dead, she has no control of the blizzards in the area surrounding her, so it's going to be even more cold.
I hope it's just a quick snow shoveling job.
Indeed.
I think you guys should be wearing a little bit more for going out in that blizzard, but whatever. Especially, like, Noct and Gladio. Like, Iggy's at least got, like, an undershirt, but, like,
It's freezing.
Noct and Gladio both have short sleeves, and Gladio doesn't even have a shirt underneath his jacket.
I think I can see her.
Plus, Iggy's got long sleeves at least.
She's lying dead. Damn, it's cold.
Anyway, you got a couple waves of encounters. You got one proper wave, and then a bigger enemy to deal with, and then you're back on the train. So it's not. This is only just a temporary stopping point, really. So I guess keep your fingers moving, because otherwise you're sitting on the train for a long time. And it's also to highlight that, yeah, we are at Shiva's corpse now, so we are about 3/4 of the way to Gralia now. We haven't got much left of this train journey before we're at our destination. But these enemies here, especially if you've been to Klostermark, you've fought these enemies before. They're just a slightly different level. I don't want to say higher level because I think the ones in Klostermark are a higher level, but they are different at a level nonetheless. And almost all of them are weak to ice, I think, as you saw there with Iggy. And obviously you can't use any of Prompto's abilities if you had Star Shell or Piercer or whatever you have on him because he's not in the team. And just like when we in Chapter 7, you do kind of feel the whole missing a party member thing. You do feel that you're a man down. And it's worse here, because even though you're not fighting as much, you don't even have Aranea to fill the void. We left Aranea back in Tenebrae. She's going to go looking for Prompto for us. To make sure, you know, he's tickety-boo, like he's managing. I think Gladio got an extra high potion out of it. Any and all potions, elixirs and whatever Gladio finds between now and the final boss, very much appreciated, because there's not many more stop points to actually get the restock on items. This is the second enemy that's here, Deathclaw, that I'm not going to do the boss stats for because there's several Deathclaws in the game. And so finding the actual stats for this one would be annoying as hell, and it's not, as it's more of a mini boss the end of wave than an actual boss fight. And it's not too bad. The only thing you have to be wary of is that all of its like claws on the front can detach from it, and they can also shoot lasers. So if you can help it, stay behind it, which you should always be doing anyway because of blindside extra damage. But being in front of it, it's a surefire way to just taking a pounding. As you can see here, whilst I'm bopping at its tail, when it did that attack again where it swung all its claws around it, it didn't get anywhere near us. And if it decides to start shooting lasers, we're equally safe, because it can do that. Actually, I say that, I don't know if this particular one can do that, but everyone we fight afterwards I know does it. But because this one's technically the introductory one, if you're not doing hunts, there's a chance this one doesn't, just to, you know, warm you up to them. Because you do have to fight these guys a little bit different. You can't fight them head on, you have to really kind of stick to the behind of them. Especially when the lasers come out, because the lasers do so much damage. And even when you stay behind them, their tail whip, well, it is like straight metal slamming into you. It's not going to be nice. But I doubt I need to tell you that. Here's the lasers. Yeah, it does. This one does have it. It just doesn't use it until later into the fight. Other ones will be using it right from the start. I was very lucky on that parry there, to be fair. But most Deathclaw variants are weak to anything even remotely holy. So make the most of it if you have, because this sword I do think the Durandal and Sarah's short sword both do have holy properties on them, I believe. And there we go, it's dead. So that's a relatively easy encounter, only took up like 6 or 7 minutes.
Think I don't know that.
With that being said, that should have given the Blizzard enough time for us to get back on the train and move on. But yeah, it is freezing cold, as Noctis is kind of suffering a little.
You better get in here. Something's not right. Come on.
Something's not right.
Right.
Uh-oh.
No way.
Again, it should be taken as a given that, of course, Arden would still be on the train somewhere. So I'm surprised it really shocked Noctis as much as it did, especially because we stopped in Tenebrae. If he was off the train at any point during then, he would have got back on it. But anyway, we have a very long cutscene ahead of us, so I'm going to have to shut up for quite a while now.
Stop! Stop, damn it! Where is he? Where's Prompto?
Oh, there you are. I'm worried about your friends. They've fallen and they can't get up. Why not lend them a hand? A coldness that can only be hers. Ah, the face you or the dead.
Credit due, as obvious as this kinda was, I loved this plot twist that Gentiana is Shiva.
Let it now be done, as promised to the Oracle.
Tiana, it's you. You're the Glacian.
Tales of the past and hopes for the future are manifest in the King of Kings. The Frostbearer's blessing shall be his. The Six have safeguarded this star since time immemorial. Each of a different mind, but united by this common purpose. The gods' protection extends to all creatures here below, even to the mortals created in their image. They are feeble creatures leading fragile lives and clinging to foolish fancies. The Frostbearer scorns these visions of hope, which melt like snow in the sun's light. Yet the Pyre Burner admires their strength of will. For their reverence, he grants unto them his flame, and the world of man flourishes. His benevolence warms the frozen heart of the Frostbearer. The mortals have earned her respect, he her love and admiration. It is not long, however, before some among those men ascend to new heights of hubris. The people of Solheim spurn the gods who bless them, the gods they once worshipped. The ungrateful mortals incur the wrath of the Pyre Burner. He seeks to raise the very civilization his flames once helped build. But the Six are sworn to defend the star and all her inhabitants from harm, and, at times, from one another. The flames of war surge as Solheim fends off the Pyre Burner's fire. The gods' pleas for peace fall on deaf ears, and the battle rages on. When the smoke clears, the world of man is in ruins, their star left scarred for time eternal. Wearied from war, the Six seek solace in slumber. This tale of our shared past is entrusted to the King of Kings, that he may see it to its conclusion. In the days that follow the war, while the Six are still asleep, the Pyre Burner is sought by a man who draws him away from the light. His peril is sensed by the Frostbearer. She rushes to his aid, only to be felled by the foreign hordes. Those masses are now one with the darkness. Darkness that before long will swallow the Six and the star they protect. This star's fate no longer rests in the hands of the gods. It sits on the shoulders of the chosen. Deliver this world from darkness and grant my love release.
I promise I will.
The Oracle is no longer of this world, but her thoughts remain, and they must be known. When the boy begins his existence on this star, the girl is met by the High Messenger. It is ordained that she will work with him to return the light. The girl reaffirms that promise. The High Messenger is moved by the girl's determination, her heart warmed by the girl's benevolence. Her faith in mankind is restored once more.
Sister, cease this madness. That boy will never be king.
Noctis is chosen. It is ordained. You of all people should know.
I know that you are throwing your life away.
That may be. But it's my choice. If only... If only I could hear his voice once more. If we could laugh together as we did as children. If we could live out our days together as we once dreamed.
Wherefore does the lady weep?
Forgive me. I vowed to only cry where prying eyes cannot see the tears in mine.
Yet others need not hide their grief. Is she so different from them?
No. She is no different at all. She wants exactly what they do. To be with the one she loves. But want though she may, it is not to be.
The lady's thoughts have been heard. The love she bears the king shall never fade. And, in time, her feelings shall be known unto him.
Gentiana.
And if the words are not spoken from her lips, then the messengers shall see that they are heard. The god's favor and the lady's love shall be with him evermore. Thus it is promised between the oracle and her familiar.
I am undeserving of your kindness. Thank you.
And so the promise is fulfilled. As her words go with him, so shall my blessing.
Yeah. Thanks.
O King of Kings, restore the light unto this world.
Farewell, dear Noctis.
Luna, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. Not even when you needed me most. There was so much you wanted to say. So much I wanted to say. And now, I'll never have the chance. I'm so sorry.
I won't let you down. I know you won't.
Luna. You and I will be together again someday. I promise.
And with that, we have both the Trident, the 12th Royal Arm, and the Mark of the Glacian. So now Shiva, the 4th deity of our encounters, is now on our side. Well, officially on our side. She's always kind of been on our side, being Gentiana as well. But now we need to wake up these two from their ice-induced knockout.
What happened? Knocked. Are you alright?
Yeah. I saw the Glacian. It's okay. She's gone now. You guys check out our drivers.
So now we need to get a move on because Ardyn Arden could still be around. We might have shattered him with the Icy Resolve, but this wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if it wasn't if it was as simple as that. But the rest of this video is going to be cutscenes, so next time on Final Fantasy 15, we're actually going to see what's happening with Prompto. So next time I'll still do just that. See you guys then.
I feel I've earned the right to call you Noct. For a moment I felt death's chill wind. Such is the might of the gods. But then I remembered I'm immortal. Such is my blessing and curse. Your attack hurt me, nevertheless. My feelings, at least. And after all the memories we've shared, remember this. I should have asked if you remember him. Truly a blast from the past. Nay. You mustn't take what's not yours.
Where is he?
He? The little gunman's a short shot away.
Where?
Where else but Gralia, the seat of the Empire? I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you. And you might even find your crystal. With all these demons about, you could certainly use it. Off you go, then. I wouldn't want to keep you from your friend.
Well.